Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to Ramadan Reminders by Sapience Institute. In Surah An-Naziyat of the Quran revealed in Mecca, we have an amazing pathology of character. We have Pharaoh mentioned in that surah. But there is a dialogue between the Prophet of Allah sent to him, Musa alayhi salam, and him, Pharaoh. What's so amazing is that Allah tells Musa what to say to Pharaoh. Because the underlying issue Pharaoh faced was not so much the fact that he's acting out and killing all these Bani Israel and he's indulging himself in all of this stuff. I mean, all of these are symptoms of his disease. But the root cause of his illness lied inside of him. And Allah says to Musa alayhi salam, "Idhab ila Fir'aun innahu tagha," go to Fir'aun because he's transgressed the limits. فَقُلْ هَلْ لَكَ إِلَى أَن تَزَكَّى, and say to him, would you want to attain to purification? And I'll guide you to your Lord, and you'll be in awe of Him. فَتَخْشَى, you will have reverence for Him. Guide you to your Lord subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Musa's prescription, the prescription to Fir'aun from Musa alayhi salam was to call Fir'aun back to Allah. And of course, the most important of all messages is calling people back to Allah as in His oneness, Tawheed. His problem, Fir'aun, was that his root cause was an internal one, in that he saw himself as self-indulgent, self-important, the kind of megalomaniac of a character, killing the kids and proclaiming himself to be like Allah. But Allah says on account of this, he turned away, didn't listen to the message, wasn't interested in Musa alayhi salam's advice to him. And he brought a gathering forward together. فَحَشَرَ فَنَادَى, gathered the people together, made a spectacle of the scene. فَقَالَ, and he says, أَنَا رَبُّكُمُ الْأَعْلَى, I'm your Lord the Most High. Meaning, there's the opposite of what Musa told him to do. Rather than humble himself, he elevates himself. Rather than humbling, he kind of puts his ego up there to make himself the most important. And Allah says on account of that, Allah destroys him and his army. All of them were destroyed. But then Allah says, إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لِعِبْرَةً لِمَنْ يَخْشَى. Indeed, in that is a profound lesson for the one who has khushu'. It's interesting, in fact, that you have Musa calling Pharaoh to have khushu'. He denies, disbelieves, turns away. But for us as readers of the Quran, Allah says it's for you to have khushu'. You learn the lesson from him. Don't be like him. Don't be so megalomaniac and egotistic in your character. Humble yourself. And remember that if Pharaoh is a person who needs that purification, so all of us in fact need that. And that will help us in fact in our journey to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah make that true for all of us and accept all the goods that we do and guide us to the truth by saving us from self-gluttony and being self-pretentious in things that we do. Allahumma ameen.